I thought you were going to make it to the end, and I was totally blindsided when you got sent home. That was messed up.
There's two of us.
Okay,
Yeah,
but seriously, like, it was you, Ben, and the other Ben, and JP were my final
really?
three.
I appreciate that. That's what I say.
On my blog, I'm like all about you.
I'm going to go check that.
Yes. But the thing is, you spoke tonight about not seeing that coming.
Right.
Why didn't you, when she brought that up, sort of like, say that's not what went down? And
to be fair, I did a little bit. I did. I mean, one thing is the decision was made before we talked about it. She told me she was sending me home, and then we talked. But when we talked, I did have a small moment to kind of tell her that I don't even know. I was so blindsided. I literally, I thought I misheard what she told me. And then when it registered, because I was kind of in shock,
right.
I just told her, listen, I don't know what you heard from who, but I know I was genuine throughout. So, I thought whatever you heard, it was kidding around. I mean, there were a lot of guys hanging out 24/7 with no television, no internet, no nothing, trying to stay sane. And whatever you heard, it was just me trying to make my friends laugh. And I think that she would have thought it was whatever it was. She would have thought it was funny. Probably should stand there too.
Right. And I thought, she's behind you, so whatever. But it seemed a little irrational to think that people in a situation wouldn't imagine the scenario where they might be sent home. Like, the majority of you are going home, so why wouldn't you talk about life after the fact?
Right. I mean, it's just, both of those things. Talking about, the fact that 24 out of 25 guys will go back home and go back to their dating life.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely something that we all have to keep conscious of to stay sane in that environment. And then also, just joking in general is something that we have to do to stay sane.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I actually did those things well, and in the sense that I kept my composure throughout the process.
Yeah.
So
her tonight saying that the one person she felt like she regretted sending home the most was you, did that make you feel better or worse?
I would say it made me feel better, and the reason is because I think she and I both still know that probably we weren't right for each other in the end. I think that Why do you say that?
I
think there may have been some things lacking with our chemistry and just some differences about things. I think that I don't think that really I was her type. I think that she does. I'm very super outgoing, like very, very outgoing.
Yeah.
And I think you saw it with Ryan too. Ryan and I may have been two of the most outgoing guys, even though you kind of didn't see a whole lot of that side of me on the show.
But you're not in your face outgoing.
Not crazy,
right?
Not crazy,
Yeah.
But I just don't think the chemistry was there. Chemistry is an intangible thing, and I don't think that necessarily that was there. But when she said that tonight, I thought it was her way of sort of, apologizing or just being sweet about the fact that she knows I went through a really difficult situation and how that ended. So I appreciated that she said that. It meant a lot to me. So yeah, it made me feel good that she said that.
That's good. And now that you're home, are you worried about the idea that people think you're going to be trying to clean up, like using your bachelor status?
No. Not really, because I did try to act like a gentleman throughout the whole thing. I think that it's clear to people that anything negative that William said was coming from not a good place for him and was not genuine. So I'm just going about my life, and I don't think. The response I've gotten back home has been very positive, and
And you're back in New Orleans now?
Back in New Orleans.
What do you do?
I'm a lawyer. I work at a law firm in New Orleans.
Oh, cool.
Do litigation. So back to life, back to work.
So bizarre to be on this crazy reality show and then just like back to your job.
It's so weird. Like coming back to film Mental is like if you watch Lost, it's like being called back to the island. It's like we're on this ridiculous island together, and then those one by one we would get taken from the island, and then all of a sudden the island comes calling again, and here we are again.
Right.
And it's so surreal.
Now JDate's going to be calling you up, like, please be on our site.
That was not the attempt, but I wanted to clear that up, like to exactly what I think he may have overheard, but.
But in a way, that's not altogether bad. It's like people have a sense of who you are. You could find love that way.
Listen, I found one of my most serious ex-girlfriends, someone that meant the world to me, that way, and I think there are wonderful people. I think there are some wonderful people out there, and you can meet in all kinds of ways. I mean, I went on the Bachelorette. It's funny to be called out for any kind of weird way of dating. Like,
seriously,
it's just about being open, and honestly, it all relates to my sense of idealism.
Were you recruited or you applied to the Bachelorette?
I applied. Well, my friend nominated me, but I wasn't recruited.
Okay.
But I'm very idealistic, and I'm a dreamer. And when I had a relationship, kind of one difficulty we had in that relationship was religion. So after that relationship ended, I thought, you know what? Who knows? Who knows how you meet somebody? Maybe.
Do you think that Ashley could be with a Jewish guy in the end? Speaking of that, I know JP's Jewish.
Yeah, she might be. If she's with JP, she's
right.
with a Jewish guy.
I know, but I saw her blogging that she thought they wouldn't accept her because she wasn't Jewish.
Oh,
you think religion can be
It can be difficult.
But you think JP is going to pull it out in the end? I hope so.
I think that I really don't. I don't know. I do know that I think that JP was the guy who had looked at her in a certain way that was different to the way the rest of us looked at her early on, and I loved that for him and for her.
Yeah.
And I think that he was, that the jealousy I think was a positive thing. I don't think it was like an intense bad jealousy. I think it was the kind of healthy jealousy that you should have when the girl's right for you. And so it's what I would want for any friend. I think that it's not natural to enjoy watching guys date a girl you like.
Right.
And JP reacted to that naturally. So if JP's right for her, I hope they are happy together now.
Cool. Well, it's good to meet you. I know they're gonna